Good morning, Year 3. Now this time I am going to read you a little bit more of the story of the borrowers, and I'll read you a little bit of the conversation that Arrietty ends up having with the enormous human boy. "I helped him a bit," said the boy, "with the teacup. He was shivering all over. I suppose he was frightened." "My father frightened!" exclaimed Arrietty angrily. "Frightened of you?" she added. "Perhaps he doesn't like heights," said the boy. "He loves heights," said Arrietty. "The thing he doesn't like is curtains. I've told you, curtains make him tired." The boy sat thoughtfully on his haunches, chewing a blade of grass. "Borrowing," he said after a while. "Is that what you call it?" "What else could you call it?" asked Arrietty. "I'd call it stealing." Arrietty laughed. She really laughed. "But we are borrowers," she explained. "Like you're a human being or whatever it's called. We're a part of the house. You might as well say that the fire steals the coal from the coal scuttle." "Then what is stealing?" Arrietty looked grave. "Supposing my Uncle Hendreary borrowed an emerald watch from her dressing table, and my father took it and hung it up on our wall. That's stealing." "An emerald watch!" exclaimed the boy. "Well, I just said that because we have one on the wall at home, but my father borrowed it himself. It needn't be a watch, it could be anything, a lump of sugar even. But borrowers don't steal." "Except from human beings," said the boy. Arrietty burst out laughing. She laughed so much that she had to hide her face in the primrose. "Oh dear," she gasped with tears in her eyes, "you are funny." She stared upwards at his puzzled face. "Human beings are for borrowers, like breads for butter." The boy was silent a while. A sigh of wind rustled the cherry tree and shivered among the blossom. "Well, I don't believe it," he said at last, watching the falling petals. "I don't believe that's what we're for at all, and I don't believe we're dying out." "Oh, goodness!" exclaimed Arrietty impatiently, staring up at his chin. "Just use your common sense. You're the only real human being I ever saw, although I do know 3 more, Crampfurl, her, and Mrs. Driver. But I know lots and lots of borrowers, the overmantels and the harpsichords and the rain barrels and the linen presses and the boot racks and the John Studdingtons and the—" He looked down. "John Studdington? But he was our granduncle." "Well, this family lived behind a picture," went on Arrietty, hardly listening, "and there were stovepipes and the bell pulls and the—" "Yes," he interrupted, "but did you see them?" "I saw the harpsichords, and my mother was a bell pull. The others were before I was born." He leaned closer. "Then where are they now? Tell me that." "My Uncle Hendreary has a house in the country," said Arrietty coldly, edging away from his great lowering face. "And 5 children, harpsichords and clocks." "But where are the others?" "Oh," said Arrietty, "they're somewhere." But where, she wondered, and she shivered slightly in the boy's cold shadow which lay about her, slantwise on the grass. He drew back again, his fair head blocking out a great piece of sky. "Well," he said deliberately after a moment, and his eyes were cold, "I've only seen 2 borrowers, but I've seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds—" "Oh no," whispered Arrietty, "of human beings." And he sat back. Arrietty stood very still. She did not look at him. After a while she said, "I don't believe you." "All right," he said, "then I'll tell you." "I still won't believe you," murmured Arrietty. "Listen," he said. And he told her about railway stations and football matches and racecourses and royal processions and Albert Hall concerts. He told her about India and China and North America and the British Empire. He told her about the July sales. Not hundreds, he said, but thousands and millions and billions and trillions of great big enormous people. Now do you believe me?" Arrietty stared up at him with frightened eyes. He gave her a crick in the neck. "I don't know," she whispered. "As for you," he went on, leaning closer again, "I don't believe there are any more borrowers anywhere in the world. I believe you're the last 3."